Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sammy Ketchum, and welcome back to Sammy Ketchum TCG. Today, we are going to be taking a look at the coldest deck in the format, Lapras Vmax. This deck is ice cold, baby. Alright, before we jump into the deck profile, I want to give a shout out to the Lone Blound. Um, this list is basically just like his um, from his channel. Basically, I took his list and I've been testing his list against most of my decks from Darkness Ablaze. So let's give a shout out to him. Um, Now let's jump into the deck. Let's show you why this deck is cold as ice. Alright. We have Lapras Vmax. Alright. 320 HP. Alright. It's only attack for 3 colorless. Does 90 base damage. And 30 more damage for each energy attached to this Pokemon. Which is very, very good. You know, the reason why this card hasn't been able to shine before is because there are so many good electric Pokemon running rampant, in the format. But coming up in next format, electric Pokemon won't be around too much. So that's why this deck has a new time to shine right now. Here is 3 copies of Lapras V. Alright, Lapras V has 210 HP. Alright, its first attack for 1 energy. You can attach a water energy from your hand to this Pokemon and then switch him back to the bench. This first attack is actually very good for getting him out of the active spot and getting him on the bench to where you want him to be. Because with Frosmoth allows you to attach energies from your hand to one of your water bench Pokemon. So you need him on the bench to power him up. So in this first attack lets you do that. Second attack, does 210 damage, but you discard 2 water energies from it. I'm really not going to use that, but I just thought I'd just mention it. Alright guys, we have ourselves a 3-3 line of Frosmoth. The other ice Pokemon in the set. Ice baby. Alright. Its ability, Ice Dance, Vanilla Ice baby. Allows you as often as you like during your turn, you can attach water energies from your hand, or 1 water energy from your hand, to one of your water bench Pokemon. So this is how you're going to power up Lapras V and Lapras Vmax. Alright? You get 8 or 9 energies onto your Lapras Vmax, and you're basically one-shotting Vmaxes. Alright? Which is very, very good. Alright? 2 copies of the Dedenne X. Alright? Playing around from your hand. Discard your hand. Draw 6. Very good draw power. Speaking of draw power, Crobat V. Alright? Set up ability. When you're playing down from your hand, you can draw up to 6 cards. So, another good option to draw cards. Alright, eldegloss V. Also another card that when you're playing from your hand, you get an effect. So, when you play this card from your hand, you can get a supporter card from your discard pile. So it's kind of like a little versus seeker. I like it because you can get back research, boss's orders, get a marnie to shuffle you and your opponent's hand, things like that. 4 copies of Professor's Research. Discard your hand, draw 7. Best draw card in the game. Lapras Vmax. Ice, ice, baby. Lapras Vmax. Alright. 3 copies of Marnie. I'm enjoying this way too much. 3 copies of Marnie. You and your opponent both shuffle your hands into not shuffle your hands. Yeah, shuffle your hands. Put your put your hands to the bottom of the deck, and then you draw 5 off the top. Your opponent draws 4. All right. So a little bit of destruction, a little bit of drawing off the top. You know, very good for this deck because you don't want to discard all your cards sometimes. 2 copies of Boss's Order. All right. Um, Switch one of your opponent's active Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon. Very self-explanatory. Very good for gusting up their Pokemon. You know. 4 quick balls. Discard a card from your hand and search your deck for a basic Pokemon and add it to your hand. This to help you find all your ice type Pokemon. And your dedenne, your crobats, things like that. 2 Pokemon communication. Swap one of the Pokemon in your hand for one in your deck. Very self-explanatory. This will help you find your evolution Pokemon. Speaking of evolution, we have evolution incense. Sometimes when you draw cards, you won't draw Pokemon to swap out. So this will help you directly find your evolution and put them directly on that Pokemon, which is very good. For capacious bucket, alright, this will help you find your water Pokemon in your deck. Not water Pokemon, but water energy. Alright. Search your deck for up to 2 water energies, add them to your hand. This is another way you can basically get your Pokemon, powered up. Search them out from your deck, power them up with Ice Dance. Vanilla Ice, Ice Baby. Alright, 4 copies of Switch. Switch your active one of your bench Pokemon. This is how you're going to switch around and get your Lapras Vmaxes powered up. Switch them to the bench or switch your active out once you get them powered up and bring them out to attack. You know. 3 copies of energy retrieval. Sometimes I can't talk. All right. Get 2 basic energies from your discard pile and add it to your hand. Very good for getting your water energies back to your hand so you can power up your Laprases. 2 copies of air balloons. All right. One of your Pokemon basically has can retreat for two retreat cost left. So this will also help you get your Pokemon out of the active. Um, well, your Pokemon that's in the active, helping you powering up your Lapras Vmax is on the bench. Like if you have like a dedenne in the active or a frosmoth in the active, you can basically retreat them, bring out your Lapras and attack with them once you finish powering them up, of course. Then we have ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 water energies to power up your Pokemon. Um, I did have what's it called? Viridian Forest in here, but I took Viridian Forest out for these two. I just thought retreating was more important. Also, with all the draw power in this deck, I literally draw out all of my energies and get them in my hand, along with Capacious Bucket. So I just felt the need not to put Viridian Forest in here. Um, Also, Viridian Forest also helps my opponent as well because they can also get an energy off of it. So that's one reason why I didn't go with Viridian Forest. Other than that, I like the deck. The deck is very solid. A very solid choice for this format in Darkness Ablaze. Alright, guys, that is the deck. Um, Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Lone Blound. His list is basically similar to this one. Um, so shout out to him. Alright. As always, make sure you guys take care of yourself and each other. Ice, ice, baby.